Hi, it's Amy and Alex here, and we're having a discussion about the inner critic versus the voice of love. So many of us are way over identified with that inner critic. You know, that part of us that's like, you can't do this. Who do you think you are? You know, if you're starting a new project or you're going to have to make a presentation or anything like that, that voice can come in pretty hot and heavy with a lot of judgment. And I'm here, and Alex and I are here to talk about there's also another voice that lives inside of us, and we call it the voice of love. Some other people call it the authentic self, the compassionate self, but there really are two different distinctions. And our encouragement is to, when you notice the inner critic coming in full force, to also activate that part, to resource that part that takes a stand for us in our loving. The inner critic takes a stand to keep us small, to keep us safe, and the voice of love is about taking a stand for us to really shine and be of service. And this shows up. I have a client who runs a perfectionist pattern really, really deeply, and that's where her inner critic really comes in. And when we slowed it down in the coaching session, because she really saw how it was getting in the way of her leadership, because she's like, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to do the wrong thing. And then when we really slow down the conversation, well, what's right? What's wrong? What would be the worst thing that would happen? She started really seeing that all her fears were really getting in the way of her speaking her truth. And they really didn't have any truth to them at all, her fears. And then when I asked her to access the voice of loving, the voice of loving gave her solutions to do, how to go and talk to her boss, how to make presentations from a different place, how to have difficult conversations with her direct reports. That came from a place of caring and from loving for herself and for her team. And actually, it bleeds into for the company too. It's all for the bigger, greater good. So Alex, I don't know what you have to add to the conversation there. I'd love to hear.
Well, I love what you're saying. And the only thing that I would add is, as you were sharing, it's this understanding of, love builds, love lifts, love unites. And we're talking about a love that is strong, clear, and a force unto itself.
Right.
And we can, basically recognize, like, we've got kind of two options operating. We're in the inner critic, which is destroying us, pulling things away, or we're also in the inner critic that's criticizing others. They're not doing it right. I can't believe they said it that way, et cetera, et cetera. Really being mindful of, like, what does that do for us? That kind of energy or dynamic pulls away, destroys, and destructs in the end, even if it's little subtle ways. So here we are, just speaking about the inner critic, and we will be obviously taking a much deeper dive in our group, Leading with Love. You'll learn more in the description below, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.